It's January, the second week in January, and this is the first Abundance Challenge of 2026. And those of you that are on the call are probably asking, like, what the heck is an Abundance Challenge, right? I'm going to spend the next hour showing you what an Abundance Challenge looks like. And I'm going to go over some slides. I'm going to give you, actually, I'm going to give you right now, first of all, I'm going to give you the challenge or the business plan itself. The plan itself, where is it? Oh, it's right here. Okay. I got screens all over the place. This is what it is. This is what it looks like. This is a 4 week. So it's going to take 4 weeks, or it can take 4 weeks. It could take 4 days. You guys could get through this as fast as you want. But this is, I'm going to drop this link into the chat so that you guys all have this. And as I go through the stuff today, you'll see week one is all about your mindset and building your plan. And then all of the stuff that goes with that we're going to talk about today is in here for you in a workbook kind of format. So week two is all about branding. I'm just going to touch on the branding part a little bit today so that you kind of have direction, and then you can jump on in my community. You'll see week two, week three, week four. But week two is all about branding, and what that looks like. And that consists of a lot of different things. So it's not like you could just go get your branding all done in a week, right? Foundations is week three, and then automations is week four. So that's all in here. And I'm going to just share this right now and copy the link. I'm going to put it in the chat. Oh my goodness. Sorry, guys. Turn that off. Um, Let me put this in the chat. Chat. Okay, so there. Now everybody has that. You can download that and at your, you could do it now if you want to go through it while we're on the call, or you could just focus today on what I'm going to share and not try to fill that out. It's not like that plan goes with everything in the order that I'm saying it does today, but it's for you to go away and do the work. Like I could help you with the mindset. I can share all that I'm going to share, but I just cannot do the work for you. As a real estate agent, we have to do the work because we are independent contractors and we all get to create our own custom business plan. That's what this is. This is basically a business plan. So, next, I'm just going to start in on my slides and really just share with you guys why and where this abundance challenge came from. So, let me put this in present mode, and then I'm going to ask you guys if you can just see my screen. All right. Can you see my screen? If somebody could put in the chat, yes, you see the first slide. It says finding abundance in a scarcity world. Do you guys see that? Yes. Awesome. Hi, Misty. All right. Perfect. So, what does that mean? Like, here you are on an abundance. The word is an amazing word. And it's really funny because I am starting a podcast in February, and my very first guest, her is today. It's today at 1:30 is actually the recording. And her name is Alexandra Takeda. And I took a course of hers 3 years ago, and I learned all about living in abundance versus living in scarcity. And I knew that was something I needed to work on because I lived in a fight or flight mode all the time. And my nervous system had just been regulated to think that way. I had to subconsciously reprogram my brain to think in abundance. And then things started happening for me. Everything started changing. I I stopped. I still do, you guys. It's just our natural human tendency to go back to living in survival mode or living in scarcity. But once you start to recognize it, you can start to do the things to pull yourself out of it. And that is really why I am so passionate about helping other women and men, few good men, mostly women, because there's like 20% men in the real estate business and like 80% women. And the men, like, they usually don't have any trouble putting themselves out there. They're loud and they speak and they do the thing. Like, they don't have the same central systems, nervous systems that we as women do, that we've put our bodies through. So, I think it's, first of all, you guys, like, we do a lot of work. Um, just to get through life. We do a lot of the work taking care of the kids. And I'm not trying to be biased, or I'm not trying to say anything bad about men, but I'm just giving us as women credit where credit is due. We work our butts off. Anyway, and now we're real estate agents. So we're like juggling all these different things. So who am I to even tell you guys all of this stuff? I've been a real estate agent for 24 years this year. I'm what I like to say a career realtor. Like, I've spent my entire career doing 24 deals or more per year, even in the bad years. I work. I figured it out. I made it work, and I've implement now, perfect later, and I put myself out there and I work my butt off. My team or I have averaged around 50 transactions a year, but there's years where we did 24, and one year I think we did 60. I am a published author of a book. It's a group book. It's called Step Into Your Brave. I did that about 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, and you could buy that on Amazon. But that's what I've had to do. Like, I love the title. It just so happened to be kind of like a God thing, that was the book that I was asked to do, Step Into Your Brave, because I've had to do that my entire life. I'm a mom of four sons, seven grandsons, and I'm a childhood survivor of trauma, a survivor of childhood trauma, as we all are, most likely, or something in our lives. Like, we are here because we all are like minded agents. And my whole point to all of that, y'all, I could keep going on and on about all the different things that I've done. I'm not, though. I just want to say that if I can do this, anyone can. And I want to show you how. So, the system that I have built for myself, and I use this all the time because I had to eliminate overwhelm in my life. I had to narrow things down. I had to chunk things together, or else I'm stuck and I get paralysis by analysis, and I just don't want that. So I came up with this system, and this system is consists of these four pillars. And these are where I'm going to talk today. I'm going to spend a lot more time probably on mindset, though, than I am branding, foundations, or automations. We could come back to those later. Or I have a ton of videos and classes that you could go if that's where you need help. But these pillars, no matter what you're doing in real estate, if you'll just think, oh wait, that goes with branding. Like, I need to work on branding. Or, oh, I don't have a CRM, I'm not using it. Well, that's a foundational piece for your real estate business. Once you get it all set up, then you can work on uh two things. One is your what's the word I'm looking for? Well, you can work on your automations, because I'm all about systemize, automate, and then delegate. I have four virtual assistants, about to hire my fifth one, and I just love automations. But put the I cannot believe that my mind, this is menopause. My mind just went blank with what I'm trying to say. It's on the other side. Like, after you get it all set up, then you got to work on what it is to go and do this stuff. And so that's what we got it. I'll think of the word here in a minute, you guys. I'm going to move on. Anyway, okay, so what we focus on determines how we feel, and how we feel, our state of mind, powerfully influences our actions and our interactions. Our state of mind determines so much about our lives, right? Tony Robbins is one of my favorite gurus, and I've seen him several times. The best one I ever saw, the whole presentation was about living in your state of mind, figuring out, recognizing what your state of mind is, and then working from there to get your energy up or go take a nap. Like whatever your state of mind is at the current time is going to determine what work you're going to go out there and do. So it's very important that you are aware of where you're at in your life and your business and what you're doing and what needs to be done. So, with that being said, first, we're going to talk a lot today about mindset because I think the mindset is like the piece where so many of us as agents, and I say this from experience because I spent so many years in that negative space where I just always was making excuses and always doing, not doing the work. And so, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are correct. So, so true, y'all. So, I want to talk a little bit about abundance and scarcity. When This is a subject that I've been studying for a long time. The neurons in our brains and the pathways that they've created from our childhood, from our 20s, our 30s, depending on where you are in life, like they are what determines your state of mind. And so if you spend your childhood with an alcoholic father, moving from place to place, just always paranoid, not knowing where you're going to stay, not knowing if you're going to eat, not knowing if you're going to have clean clothes. Like these things, they predetermine your future. So, and they will just set your brain up, your neurons, the pathways that they're on. I call them rivers of thoughts. So, if you're on a scarcity river of thought in your brain and your mind is thinking in scarcity all the time, I don't have enough. I live paycheck to paycheck. I'm broke. I don't have what it takes to do this real estate thing. All those things, like those are scarcity. That's a scarcity mindset. And then abundance is, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it. Like, I know I'm going to sell 24 homes this year. Like anyone could do that. I could do that. I wake up, I'm happy. I'm going to wake up and I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to do yoga. I'm going to do all these things. Those are some of the things that are abundance. I'm going to take it even a little bit further and I'm going to explain this right here because this is something that has really, really helped me over the years. Living above the line. Here's the line: abundance is up here, scarcity is down here. And guess what? As real estate agents, we have to create a business plan. We have to have a plan. Our plan has to include all of these different things that we have to create: our lead generation funnels, our marketing pieces, our videos, all these things. But guess what? If you're living down here, you're not going to do the creative work that you need to do to go make it happen. That's up here. Hopefulness, appreciation, passion, joy, enthusiasm, freedom, love, positive belief, optimism, empowerment. Those are all spaces in your mind where you could create. When you're living in those places, you're like, oh man, I'm going to go create a new lead generation funnel. I'm going to create these marketing pieces. I'm going to put it out there and people are going to know who I am and know that I am here to sell houses. But if you're down here and you're living in this is such a sad place, you guys, and we have so much of it right now. It's so sad because like there's just a lot going on in the world right now and it is sad. I i i opened a video the other day and it was in my area and somebody had thrown a cat out the window. Who in the f does that? Like this person saw this car throw a cat out of the moving car, and this person stopped to get it, took pictures, took the cat home. The cat was shaking and confused and scared. And it was like, I started crying. I cried for 2 hours over that. And I just thought, you know what? Like, it's a crazy world that we're in. But guess what? While I was crying that morning, I didn't get a darn thing done. I didn't do any work. I should have never been on social media in the morning looking at those videos and looking to just scroll through That is not something we need to do in the morning. I had to recognize where I was. I was down here. I was in fear for that cat. I was worried. Same thing with the politics, like right now. You could just go on and read any post, and no matter what side you're on, like it's just so much separation. And I'm not saying that you don't need to know about that stuff. I'm saying you have to remove yourself from it and you have to get above here. So, when I say, what is your state of mind? I set a timer on your clock every day for on the hour and stop and ask yourself, like, where are you? What is your state of mind? And what stories are you telling yourself? And are you living up here or are you living down here? Because all the rest of this stuff that I'm going to give you in the abundance challenge you need to be up here. So you got to give yourself an hour a day, get in the right mindset, hour or two or more would be better. But once you start training yourself to live up here with all this, you start learning how to not allow this stuff in. Does anyone have any questions or thoughts or comments on any of this that you would like to talk about before I move on? If so, I would love to just have you put something in the chat so that I know you're with me, I know you're getting it, and it makes sense. I'm not going to call you out or anything, but are y'all with me? Like, do you get this? Are you living this? Are you here with me now? Okay, well, we'll move on. All right. So, how do you do that? How do you do that? First of all, you have to create the vision of where you want to go. How many transactions do you want to do this year? What needs to change in order for you to get there? Your coach, do you need a coach? First of all, I'm a big fan of coaches. However, I think that you need to know what you need to be coached on first. Do you need mindset coaching? Do you need lead generation coaching? Do you need funnel coaching? Do you need CRM? Like, where are you? What's missing? So that's what I want to help you do this month. And then you could come back next month on the first Tuesday next month. I was on a cruise last week. So this month, it's the second week, but next month, it's always the first Tuesday of every month. Um, all right, somebody commented. So Misty, thank you so much. And Carrie. What if you don't know what you don't know? New agent here. All right, Carrie, we'll talk about that a little bit later. Yeah, oh, everything. Exactly, Misty. Like you have to get here. All right. So, what do you need? And then just limit your intake, you guys. Put an invisible bubble around yourself, like a cloak or something. And then you stay in your bubble and you don't let that stuff in. You could let it pass. It's going to happen with or without you. So, you've got to figure out how to not let that stuff get in. Once you have your vision of where you want to go, and how many transactions you want to do, and you fill out this abundance plan, like you'll know where you want to go. Just so you know, Carrie, like that, this is really going to help you. So all that. All right, but we're going to talk a little bit deeper. Now, this is just one slide. Give me like 2 minutes. We're all in a different place here, but most likely we all have some kind of trauma in our past. Where are you in your healing journey? Don't stay stuck in the same story. And in order to do all that, you have to become a fly on the wall in your own mind. Like, watch yourself. That's why I say set a timer. If some of these things are really hitting you, like I might be talking directly to you and not even, I don't know it, but I can only do that, you guys, because I've been here. Like, I'm not making this stuff up. I've been here and I've helped hundreds of agents overcome this stuff and go create an amazing business that brings them money that solves all their problems. But none of that's going to help if you don't even take care of your money. If you just start making more money, you're just going to spend it. Like, this is a lifestyle change. Abundance is a mindset, and it's a mindset that comes with a lot of change for a lot of us. And you got to put the work in order to make it happen. But where are you? So become that wall and these are some of the things to start looking at. Like, what stories are you telling yourself all day? Are you saying, like, the real estate world is changing? Just if it's all negative stuff, you got to stop telling yourself those stories. There's no negativity. There might be problems that need solutions, but become a solution-based agent. Be be the one who offers solutions for everything. Um, and then just start doing the work to heal all of this stuff. And remember, at all times, we can't live in the past and the future at the same time. It doesn't work that way. If you're living in the past, you're not going to be able to create your future. So let the past stay there. There's absolutely nothing you could do to change it. All you could do is maybe figure out what some of those stories are and maybe get some of the counseling that Epic offers and help you work through some of those things, and then you can move on. The only way through the mountain is, or the only way to the other side of the mountain is either through it or over it. But somehow you got to get it into your past. Heal the past and move on to the beautiful life that is waiting for you. Life is still beautiful. It's still happening. I know. I just went on a cruise. I saw the poorest Mayan community, and those people were happy. I'm like, I don't know how, but anyway, one more thing to remember about all of this is competition. No, thank you. We are not in competition. We're all, sorry, you guys, independent contractors preparing our own small business plan and then implementing it. That's all it is. And it's these four pillars that you're going to work on. And that's it. Implement now, and then implement now, perfect later. But just repeat, repeat, repeat. Like, just go do things a little bit better. Don't give up. I know some agents who just always like, I tried that for a week and it didn't work. Like, no, no, no. You got to give this all time to work. Here are some ideas. You can screenshot this one if you want, but these are just some great ideas to help you with your mindset. And these are all things that I've done and that work. And I know I always feel better with this yoga or walk, but I don't always get it in sometimes, but that's okay. All right, week two. So that's it on mindset. So everybody see why mindset is so important. Because now we're going to talk about branding and funnels and lead generation on these next few slides. So, but if you don't have your mindset right, you're not going to go work on any of these. You're going to have one funnel. And this is the saddest story. Like, real estate agents get one funnel, and it is you know what? I'm going to try something really quick, you guys. Bear with me. But that one funnel is the friends and family funnel. And the friends and family funnel, like, that's great. You might sell a couple of houses a year, but you get your license and you sit around and you wait for friends and family who know you're a real estate agent to call you, and then you're going to get a deal. That is not what this business is. That's great if you have another job and you're not wanting to do this full time. Maybe that works, and that's okay. I'm not saying it's not, but I'm going to stop sharing really quick because I want to try something different. Someone showed me this trick today. Oh, it didn't work. Oh well. Now where do my slides go? I think I completely lost my slideshow. I'm so sorry, you guys. Bear with me here. See, here's my vision. I got these vision boards that I did for every year. All right, can you see my screen again? Let me go back into present mode. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Back at it. That didn't work. Sorry about that. So week two, branding yourself. Everybody see the branding slide? All right. Unless somebody says no, I'm okay. Great. Thanks, Misty. All right. All right. So what is branding? I used to think it was a logo and some colors, and I thought, okay, that's great. Now what do I do with this? But it's about so much more than that. So I want you to think about I want you to think of it as deeper. What's your story? Who are you? People want to work with you as a person, as a human, not a machine, not someone they don't know, love, and trust. So, branding is not about sharing how great you are, it's about sharing your story. You're an influencer to your audience. And guess what? Your audience could be small, it doesn't have to be really big. You're just trying to sell 24 homes a year. That anybody can make it off of that. If you're a single agent just getting started and you want to close 24 deals a year, this plan will make that happen. But who do you share your story with, right? Like, yeah, that's great. I want to share my story, Dawn, but what is it? And we all have our own story, but I'm going to talk today about top of funnel stories, like things that are going to help you build a lead generation funnel. And I'm going to skip around on these slides a little bit because I have to. So I want to first go to this one right here. These are funnels. I want you to think of these blue things as your top, as your funnel. Funnel number one, it says offer, but that's because we're going to talk about what an offer looks like in a funnel. But it's your VIP database. Funnel number two is a passion community. And funnel number three is something for the public. I'm going to talk about a relocation guide because that's what I'm building. So these are just some of the different funnels that you can build. See, VIP, community, social media, paid leads, referrals from realtors, FISBO, farming. There's like 101 different things that you could go do and build a funnel for. Um, and it's a niche. It's a lot of people, agents call it a niche. Like, what is your niche? But I call it a funnel because I want you to have several several different funnels going. And each funnel, I want you to create different marketing pieces for. Those marketing pieces are the top of funnel offer. What offer are you putting out into the world to get leads to love you? So, for instance, my VIP, this is my VIP funnel. Let's just talk about that for a minute. My VIP funnel is very important. People that it's a lot of past clients, some of my friends. I have like almost 200 people on this list. These are the people that I check on. I follow on social media. I literally just got an email today from one of my VIPs that said, "Dawn, we love your magazines that you send. We're thinking we want to put our house on the market in March." I'm like, man, that stuff works. So some of the things in my VIP funnel, now this should be for every one of you, this should be the very first funnel. I think my headphones are dying now. This should be the very first funnel. It has to be. It is where everything starts. And I'm going to give you a VIP database sheet before we leave. So stay till the end and then I'll share that with you and show you what that looks like. And you could go start building your VIP database. That would be a really good thing for you, Carrie, to start doing. All right, so one of the things that I do as soon as we close on their deal and they get added to my VIP database, we set them up on HomeBot. Now, I also use Fellow now, so they're also going to get that, and I was probably going to cancel HomeBot. Another thing that we do, we send them a few emails through Lofty. They're on a couple of different emails in there. I use send out cards because I like to be very personable. So we use send out cards and we send holiday cards 4 times a year to my VIP database. Birthday cards, birthday notifications, just different things. So that's one of the things in my funnel. Another thing is Reminder Media has a magazine, and I send out that magazine, and I send that only to like my top 100 people that have given me referrals or that would likely would. Um, and then I do client appreciation events. I call them. I will print out my whole thing and I'll just try to call several of them per month, just see how you're doing. Like I just try to stay in touch with them. So that's pretty much all of my funnel pieces for them. I don't put anything out really because these are people that are already at the bottom of my funnel from before. So that is my VIP funnel. Now let's talk about a community funnel. What does a community funnel look like? So, oops, went the wrong way. A community funnel, it's a it could be so many different things, but it's something that has to do with your local community. It could even be a second job. If you get a second job and you're a salesperson or a waitress or something, that could be your community funnel. If you are like, I'm just going to use my Jeep club for instance. So my husband and I belong to a Jeep club, and we go Jeeping and we go to different events, and we know all those people really well. And so that's my passion community is that Jeep group. So anytime they need a realtor, like they know I'm a realtor, I sponsor things and do giveaways for them. And so that's a passion community. I have one girl that started a passion community, and it is a plant page on Facebook. Like they do plant get-togethers and they exchange plant pieces. Like, who'd have thought of that? That's a great community. But that's her thing. Like, you have to reach into your own heart and see what you're passionate about. Like, and if you're not passionate about anything, you want to skip this one, then that's fine. Just go do a public one. So we're going to talk about that next. But also another one, passion community that I want to talk about, that one of my girls, Jennifer Lind, she does seniors. She turned this niche into her entire business, and that's all she does. She's like all of these wrapped in one, and she works with seniors. So she's always going to speak at the local community events that have seniors. She gives them things. She does all kinds of things around the senior. Like that's what her entire business is based off of. So that could be a public one also. But also a public one could be a relocation guide. It could be a probate guide. It could be a new build side, like new construction. All of that could be great public offers. So each one of these needs an offer. So the offer is like a giveaway, like a pop by made for them. It could be just, I mean, it could be something that Lofty offers. It could be whatever you want it to be. But this is where you got to get creative and figure out what funnels are you going to do first? So I hope each of you tried to do your VIP. And I hope you find a community, but if you don't, that's okay. Go figure out other ones. At Epic, is everyone on here Epic? If not, no worries. I just may talk about Epic because I am Epic, but wherever you're at, no matter what. Oh, awesome, Carrie. No matter what Susan has just saying, yeah, you're with Epic. Gotcha. Okay, so um, did you have a question too?
No.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. All right. So figure out what you're going to do. But at Epic, we get free for sale by owners and expired leads. Expireds is the hot market right now. Like that's what a lot of agents are wanting to go do are the expired. So we get those dropped into our Lofty account for free. So, that's one funnel that if I needed to add another funnel, I'd really consider doing that. And then once you decide on what it is, just get yourself a pen and paper and come up with a marketing plan that you could create different pieces depending on your budget. If you don't have one, whatever. But it's just to do items that you're going to do, and you're going to do them consistently. It's very important that you are consistent with whatever you do. In real estate, we play red light, green light way too quick. Like we need to be on yellow. So sorry, you guys. Excuse me, let me take a drink of my tea. I'm really going to have fun at that podcast, right? Um, but we play red light, green light and we skip yellow altogether. Like we need to get a plan, execute it, follow it for like a year. So get your VIP database together and create your yearly plan and then follow that thing for a whole year. And then whatever you do, like keep following it. Don't give up because I'm going to tell you, real estate agents are always saying, like, but Dawn, I need now business. Well, guess what? The now business, the ones that are down here in the bottom, they've been in somebody else's funnel. There's not a whole lot of now business in this business, and that's why people give up on it. They're like, red light, stop, I'm not going to do this. This isn't working. If you just spent the next year building your pipeline, building your database, and doing these things that I'm telling you, you will close 24 deals this year. Like I'm not going to guarantee it because I don't know where you live. Like there's a lot of other things, but this stuff works. It's not rocket science, but it is something you have to implement. So that is really branding. Do I have any questions on branding? Okay, I'm going to move on then. These next two are going to be really short. Foundations, real estate foundations. These are the things that when you leave here today, I definitely want you to go work on your mindset and your vision and all the things that are on your abundance plan. But really, some of the foundational pieces like you need to work on for like an hour a day. If you do not have your VIP database, go add 5 people a day. If you do not have, okay, these are them. These are, in my opinion, these are the most important um, foundational pieces. Your CRM, your VIP database, your branding, figuring out what your story is. You do need a color, you do need a logo, even if it's just your name. You want to stamp that on everything because you created a business and it's beautiful and you need to have your logo on it. But also your story, like how do you help people? What are you posting about? What does that look like? I have videos that can help you do that. ChatGPT is amazing. I could give you guys a prompt even for branding that you could go put into ChatGPT. We can go create one if you want when we're done. But what are your funnel offers? What are you going to put out into the world to bring these people into your CRM? So most likely should be a landing page. That way you could do ads with it, you could do postcards with it, whatever, but just create one marketing piece that's an offer. And then you could figure out what you're going to do with it. But what's it going to look like first? Canva, because Canva is where all the magic happens. So you need to know how to use Canva. And I have a lot of classes on my YouTube channel that go over a lot of this stuff. So I'm going to show you guys where that is too. Social media sites. What are your social media sites? For me, depending on what I'm doing, but I mean, I have them all, but that's because I've spent years and I have VAs. But you pick one. Like if Facebook is where your people are, then do Facebook. If it's Instagram, then go do Instagram. TikTok, go do TikTok. I don't care. Nobody cares. Just figure out what you're most comfortable with doing. And until you know that platform and all it can do and all it can help, and you've found all of your VIP people on it and you're now friends with them so that they see what's going on with you and they see what you're putting out there, then don't go do another one. Don't try to do 2 or 3 social media sites. You only need one to get started. And then realtor basics. So for brand new agents, Carrie, I think you said you were brand new. If you have not, well, I know you have to have signed up for your board of realtors, but if you have not taken all the classes that your board of realtors offers, talk about confidence. Like a lot of agents do not have confidence in their ability to help buyers and sellers. To build your confidence, you've got to do the work. So if you're saying, man, I can't do that, go take all of your MLS classes for free. Your board offers them. Know how to operate your CRM, know how to do a CMA, know how, do all of these things over and over and over until you are confident that you can go write an offer. Don't practice on real people, practice on your friends and your family. Go set them up in the MLS or on your CRM and send them something that you can send them something like to get started, like, hey, let me just give you an example. So I could go to my husband, and I have done this, and said, "Hey, I need to walk through my entire process of my real estate business. I want you to pretend to be a buyer. Can you do that?" Okay, great. He says, "Sure." So then I send him my website and I say, "Okay, there you go. Sign up on the searches." So he does that. And then he pops into my back end and there he is. Boom, he's a lead. Awesome. So then I say, "Now let's go look at some houses." So I set up some showings and I go show him some houses, preview. That's what that is. You're going to preview some houses and try to make them vacant. We don't want to make families leave their homes. Just go do new builds, even, whatever. But just practice, 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 practice. And then you send them the CMA. Go do CMAs. Tell him to pick a property for you. Tell him, to practice on family and friends, not real people. So that way when you get the real leads and the real clients, like you're confident in yourself. Because if you're not confident, like they're not going to believe you. And so confidence matters. I will say that 100% confidence matters. So that's how you build it. You do that by having these systems right here memorized, know how to use them, know what they do, and just go do it. All right. Automations. I'm really not going to talk a lot about automations because you can't really automate things that you're not even implementing. So, first of all, you've got to figure out what you need to set up. You need to set it up and then you need to implement it. And then once you've got a system going, guess what? You could hire a VA to do that stuff. I have four different VAs right now, and I'll just tell you what they do. And these are automations. My VA, that whole process is an automation. One of them does all of my videos, all my social media videos, my reels, my YouTube videos. I just sit and I just record a video and they go process it and do all the rest. I've trained him to do that, and that's awesome. Like I'm recording this call, he's going to go. You'll see this recording on my YouTube channel later, with some stuff cut out, but we edit it. So that's what automations is, but it's kind of the next level stuff. So time blocking though, this is the one automation that every one of us needs to be doing. You need to be working by your calendar. When you used to have a job in an office or as a, I don't know, whatever your job was, like they give you a job description. Guess what? You're giving yourself your own job description. You're no longer an employee, you're an entrepreneur, and you need to start thinking like one. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I know that's like the oldest book in the world, but it's such a great book to describe the change, the mind shift that has to happen in order for you to go do all of this work. So, time blocking is the number one automation. Here are just a few more. Google Drive, Google Chrome, Google everything. Just make sure you know how to use Google at a high level. Google My Business, another one. Buyer and seller presentations. You should have those ready to go. When a buyer or seller calls, you just go to your Google Drive, print it out and go. Put it in your folder. Don't ever show up empty handed. Please do not do that. Always go to your presentations with something in hand that shows that you're a professional and you're there to educate your buyers and your sellers on this process. And they might have heard it before, they might think they know everything, but they don't. And there's a bunch of presentations online that you could go do. If you need to implement it, you just need to take the time to go find one. You can rip off and repeat it. Go look at all the ones that are in Canva, in Epic Canva. The other agents don't care. Just go copy them, and then you could go put your information in there, somewhat memorize it so that when you go click offers, that's a great presentation to use at a listing appointment. All right, closing spreadsheet, budget spreadsheet. I use a spreadsheet called the board so that we keep track of all of our current details. So everything we have, it goes on this board. Kind of like when we used to have office and we had a whiteboard. Well, I still have an office, but everything's digital now. But back in the old days, we had these whiteboards and we would write all of our stuff out on them. I do that, but it's just in a Google Sheet now. I actually am in the process of putting all a copy of all of this stuff into my community in the community that I have in REA or Go High Level. but I don't think it's in there yet. I used to have everything in school, so I hope I will have that open by next Tuesday. And then if you guys want to be a part of that, just let me know and I'll make sure that I get you to the right place once it's created. So that's it. That is really my presentation. Now I'm just going to go show you guys some stuff, but I want you to remember this. If you can dream it, have the courage to take action and have the discipline to stay on the right path, you will make it. Like, and then you will we all say, "Oh, well, I already made it. I'm here." Like, we're not ever there because once you get there, you're going to want to do something else. I have this an analogy. I'm going to stop sharing for just a second. But I have this analogy that like I always picture this really tall building, right? And there's these different stories on each one, and there's no elevator. You have to climb a ladder from that bottom story. So like level one, we're all real estate agents. We all start on the same exact level. Level one. Some of us climb that ladder and we break through the ceiling. It's called a ceiling of achievement. And we jump up to that second level. But guess what? We're just going to start on that ladder too. Like now we're busting our butts on level two to try to break through the next ceiling to level three. No matter how far you go, you could be at the very top of the building. We're just going to keep adding floors, stories, because that's just life. We're doing life. We're lucky enough that we get to do life as real estate agents, and it could be beautiful, but it could also be stressful. But I think the stress we put on ourselves more than anything because we're not doing the right things. We're not doing the right business. We're not even creating a business. Oh, this is what I wanted to do over the shoulder. I'm going to try this and sharing my screen. Okay, now I'm back here. I want to show you guys. Oh, this is something I want to show you. This is my link tree. It's on my Facebook group page, but this is like the link to everything. So this is where you could get the VIP database. So if you open this up, it's going to open up in Google Drive and you have to make a copy. So you're going to go to File, make a copy, name it yours, and then you'll be able to edit that one. You cannot edit this one because I have it locked. So you're just going to start building this last name, first name, tag. This would mostly be sphere of influence or past client or friend, whatever, however you want to tag them, if you even want to use tags, their address, and so on, like all of their information right here. And then when you're done with this, let me show you what this looks like. When you build this for years, it it looks something like this. This. So I have my VIP on this page and I have like 90 people on this or 84. But then I also have past clients because I have a team. And so I haven't even met any of these people. So I have all of those people, almost 200, 150 maybe. But these are all, I've removed a lot too. But guess what? When you get it to be this big, if you see somebody on it and you're like, man, I really don't ever want to work with them again, you can just delete them and don't market to them. Don't spend your hard earned money on them. But that's what your VIP database can look like. So, and then once you get that done, you can upload those people to Lofty or to send out cards or to whatever platform you're going to upload, but you should always keep that spreadsheet with you because that spreadsheet is like your gold. It is your database. So you can even sell it. There are agents that buy other agents' databases, except for guess what? Most agents don't ever retire because they can't, because they're living paycheck to paycheck because they have not planned accordingly for their life. And that is so sad. That's one of the reasons why I love Epic and why I love our 401k. I love our stock. I love our rev share. I have an exit strategy for the first time in my 24 years. So that's that's that. There's some other things on here. This is the link to my challenge. This is the link to the workbook. Send out cards, listings to leads. I want to show you something in listings to leads. Let me log in here. I have literally 6 minutes, you guys, and then I got to start another meeting. But in here, they have these PDF guides. So you could do a 21-day free trial if you follow my thing right here. you could do a 21-day free trial and go in, and these buyer guides, you won't want to leave after you if you don't. I've had listings to leads for 20 or I'm sorry, since 2012. So a long time, over 10 years, and I will never leave it because it's how I market all my stuff. But you don't have to. Like it's just, I'm all about automation. So, but anyway, these PDF guides, first time home buyer guide, you can download these and make them your very own. And then this is your top of funnel offer. So if you're questioning your offers or you're brand new, Carrie, like go in here and figure out which one of these feels good to your heart. Like, what do you think you would really like to work with people on? Um, Even renters like downsizing, short sale, how to avoid foreclosure, divorce. I don't like divorce. I don't like dealing with those people. I've never had a good situation. I was on the phone all the time. They wanted to work me against each other. Like, I'm not a divorce fan. I like good reasons, people buying and selling for good reasons. But anyway, all these PDF guides are in here. They're amazing. So you could go do that. Look at them. They just go on and on. Like there's so many great marketing things already done for you in listings to leads. So love that. Let's see what else have we got in here. My planner, my favorite planner. I love this planner. I do not get any money. I have an affiliate link. I've never figured out how it works. I don't care. Just I love it and I just want to show you why because it has here, let me stop sharing really quick and I want to show you. It is, for one thing, it's beautiful and it's all about, living soulfully. But every month it has these little tabs on it for every month. So I'm able to go in here every month and work on my month-long plan. But then it opens up to the weeks and it has all of the stuff that I can work on for the week. And then it has places to write. I just think I've used it for like 6 years straight now. So love that plan. All right, one more. I just want to go over also, let's see, anything else? Oh, I do have a private Facebook group called Freedom to Flourish. You could get to that here or my Instagram here. But no matter what, yeah, you guys, I'm going to share this with you. Copy. Let me put this in the chat for anybody who needs it. And that way, if you need to schedule a call with me or anything, you can. And then I already gave you the plan. So you already have your abundance plan. You just get to go fill it out, and that's it. Now I'm going to leave this last minute or two for any questions. Does anybody have any questions? Please tell us what called. Susan, are you still here? What's
Yeah,
called?
the name of the planner, or
Oh,
where
it's
did you get it on
called,
Amazon or?
yeah, and the link is right there. If you just go to my link tree that I just put in the chat, did I just put
Okay,
it in
I
the chat?
got it.
Yeah, if you go
I
there and
copied it all
open
the.
it, it's a abundance planner, I think is what it was called. It's a law of attraction planner. But it's really, really
Yeah,
good.
I'll look it up.
So, okay, perfect. All right. So I'll stop share because that's all I have today, you guys. But if anyone has any questions, comments, thoughts, concerns, I'll stop recording.